Greetings, boss.
Greetings, boss man. Yes,
good,
sir. Yes, sir. All the time.
Long time coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I want to take this opportunity, just to have a conversation with you because I realize that we have so much to offer the world, but lots of times we don't even get the opportunity to. Some of us think that the little that we know or the few places we've been or the little experiences that we think we have, we might think that is not much. But each one teaches one.
Exactly.
We all have something to offer the world. So that's what this is about. All right, sir?
Gotcha.
So ladies and gentlemen, today I have with me Arby. This is a youth man that, I met him a couple of years back and really good person. And I just felt like I would like to take this opportunity to introduce him to the world and give him the opportunity to speak on his life experiences, good, bad, indifferent, lessons learned, things he would like to do in the future. Whatever it is that you want to speak of, we'll speak on today. So welcome, Arby.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
This is real talk, real conversations with me, Scotty
And Arby.
Arby. Yes, sir. So what's going on, man?
Man, I'm cool, man. Can't complain. Just regular. It's been some downs, but everybody gotta go through their downs before they come up. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I felt like, now.
Take this off.
Oh, take this off. I feel like now, I'm able not to be comfortable, but I'm able to do what I can do. You feel me? Do what I can do as moving on with responsibilities, like different aspects. Like I could basically travel now.
So there's some freedom.
Yes.
You got some freedom now.
Right.
So what was the hold up previously? What was wrong? Why you couldn't do these things? Why you didn't have these freedoms? What was holding you down?
I say one, employment.
Okay.
Not
That's
having,
important.
Not having the income to do what I have to do.
Right.
And basically it's just trying to rely, but not too much, because at the end of the day, I know I gotta take care of myself.
Have to.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a must.
Try not to rely, but yeah, I'm gonna be a man on my word. Try to rely on people. You know what I'm saying? But you can't at the end of the day. Learning experience, you can't rely on people. You feel me? You gotta do something. You gotta, gotta have a plan, stick with that plan, and go forward with it. You feel me? Like,
That's it.
yes, sir.
It's good to have people in your corner. That's very important.
Right.
But ultimately, the way it's designed is we are equipped with everything that we need in order to be okay in this world. But lots of us don't understand the power that we have. You understand? We look to the outside for help, for assistance, which is okay.
Right.
But ultimately, it's up to you because you're the one that is going to do what you need to do. You're the one that knows you. You understand? Very important. So let's talk about your childhood. Where were you born? Where you grew up?
Okay. Well, I was born here.
Where? Here is where?
Bronx.
Bronx, New York.
Yes.
All
I was
right.
born here in the Bronx, right here in this area. And I say about the age of 4 or 5, my grandmother took me in. I said like around 4 or 5, because she was retiring from the Board of Education.
Okay. She was a teacher?
Not a teacher. She was how you say, she was like in the special, for the special kids.
Oh,
but
she worked with special needs children.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Got you.
So once she left or whatever, out of retirement and all that, she took me in because I was in a situation myself, which I thank her for it, not knowing, being young, and as I didn't realize it until I got older, and started watching like certain people like Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson, brother. I started watching a lot of his stuff, and he's basically talks about the school system and how basically is down to break us down as
Black people.
black people. You feel me? So I didn't realize that until I started watching some of his stuff, and it started giving me deja vu of what my grandmother was doing.
So why did you end up with your grandmother?
Because they said that I was gonna be they before it was DSS, it was BCW. This was like in the 90s.
Right. So your mom was not around?
Not really. She was basically not. No, she was not around. She was in Bellevue. Yeah,
Okay.
Bellevue.
Okay.
So my father.
So she had issues.
Yeah.
Mental issues.
So
Unfortunately, sorry to hear that, man. You know, but unfortunately, lots of us, the communities that we grew up in, we have so much trauma that some of us cannot manage it, or it's overwhelming for some of us, and we end up in those situations where we end up causing damage,
Right.
permanent damage. But so where's your mom now?
my mom, she's down south. She's all right.
She's all right now?
Yeah, she's good. Yeah.
Thank God for that.
So,
You,
yes,
you,
sir.
you keep in touch with her?
Yeah.
Wonderful,
yeah.
wonderful.
She's good.
And do you understand that the things that she did, although it's, she did it, but when you have a mental disability,
Right.
that takes over. You know what I mean? So you're not really dealing with a person that a balanced person.
Right.
You're dealing with a person that has
Multiple.
right unbalanced. You know what I mean? She's not capable of doing what she's supposed to do as a parent because of the mental situation. So your grandma stepped in.
Yeah.
Where your pops?
Passed.
He passed.
Passed in 2017.
Okay. So him was cool?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But I noticed that I didn't notice that till I got older, and I was going to not know where these programs I was going to because I was young. You feel me? They sending me over here. Then come to find out they was about to put me into what are the foster? Let's say
Yeah. Foster care?
Foster care, basically.
Right.
And then, through grace of God, my aunt was the supervisor of BCW, what they call it back
Yes, at the
back in
time. Yes.
My aunt, she was, God bless her soul, she was the manager. And once she, found out
That you were in the
that I was
system.
about to go in the system, that's when she let my grandmother know.
And grandma came and got
Yep.
you. Wonderful.
Yep.
See, it's good when you hear you got family.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. And another thing, she just retired from the board of education, and she was basically not only me, she was helping other people in the neighborhood.
Or the children.
Yes, with their children,
Wonderful.
because they was getting so quick to get evaluated. And my grandma, she just came out the system and
So
said,
she knew-
"Oh, yeah,
she
already
knew what was
knew."
going on.
Yes.
See, see that situation right there, what you're talking about? Because we come from poor neighborhoods,
Right.
you know what I mean? Lots of times they don't take the time to give us the proper care. They just throw us in the
Throw in
system.
the system.
You know what I mean? While you're in the system now, you're basically lost because there's nobody really there that is taking care of these children. Nobody there that really looks out for these children. These children get into the system and it's just like they're in prison. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's the situation lots of times. Why is it like that? Who knows? The whole system needs to be revamped. We understand this. But so grandma came, saved you.
Yep.
Thank God for that.
Yep.
So you lived with grandma.
Yep.
As a child, did you understand when did you start understanding the severity of your situation? When do you start understanding what was going on with your situation? When it started hitting you that, yo,
That when my grandmother stepped in.
right.
or-
What age were you at the time?
I say about. I got older. I was still young. I said like, not even 20. Not even 20. I said like around. I say 27, 28.
27, 28 is what?
Yeah. around the age when I started realizing, like, oh snap, like this is what she was doing for me, like this and that.
Oh,
and that,
okay,
like,
okay.
Like as
So
I got
as-
older, it dawned on me like
when you were a child.
right? As soon as
Like, all you was just thinking is,
Yeah.
grandma got me, and
Yup,
that's it. But
yup,
you didn't
got my
realize
back, yeah.
it's because of the situation with mom, why she had to step in.
and how the system is broken down and all that.
Right, you didn't realize it until in your 20s.
Yes, sir. Like I said,
So that
like
means
25,
grandma kept you
26.
in a balanced place that didn't even worry about that situation because grandma had you.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so once you start realizing that the system was what it was and grandma came in and intervened and took you, you were happy for that.
Right.
And she took care of you all those years, made sure that you were good all
Sir.
those years.
Sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. So like as a teenager, in do you can you recall any particular time in your life that brings you joy, like something that you can think about when you was younger that brings you joy, a friend, a family member, some occasion, anything like that?
What brought me joy?
Yeah, that just brings something warm to your heart when you think about it.
It's been I name a couple of times.
Yeah.
A couple of times. It was I say it was one time I felt good about it, like, cause it was something I didn't even want to do. I didn't even want to do this at all. I was like, as a youngster, I was always like looking up to my uncle. Feel me? Cause my uncle was like that street guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he, like, don't mess with him. Like,
He was the dude.
Yeah, he was nice with his hands. You feel me? So I'm like, oh man, dang! Like, I used to see him every time just get into action. You feel me? So, not knowing, everybody in the neighborhood like, yo, that dude nice. Like, feel me? That dude is nice. Feel me? Like, it could have been something. He could have been a millionaire somewhere, bro. Like, believe that. But
So what became of him?
my grandmother, basically, that's what I was told. That stopped everything. My grandmother
Shut
it down. Like,
But your uncle was in the streets,
yeah, and like,
nice with the hands.
yeah.
You know, so funny, like
Yeah.
as kids, because of the things we're exposed to, that kind of stuff is what, for boys. Because when I was younger too, I used to love to fight. I used to love getting physical. You know, like, it's so funny, like I have a lot of family members, like cousins and stuff like that, that is my age and a little bit younger. And every time I link up with them, that's the first thing they go back to.
Yeah.
How I was when I was little. They say I used to be a bully. Now, honestly, I didn't even realize that I was a bully. Because in my head, all I was doing was like trying to toughen up my cousins and
Yeah.
my brother and stuff like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But in their eyes, I was a bully. You know what I mean? But I wasn't a typical bully because I wasn't like the type that would beat them up and take with stuff from them and stuff
Right.
like that. I just wanted to make them rough.
Yeah, make them tough for
Make
the
them tough.
world.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? Yeah.
You know, but I understand how it is as with boys, you know, you want to get physical.
Yes, sir. So I was
So grandma shut that down.
well, not exactly. Well, she shut
Your uncle down.
my uncle down, rather. And I just always like every time, like, he would just, everybody just gave him that respect, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So you always wanted to get that too.
not per se, but I just want him to teach me, like, just show me something, you know what I mean? But it's all good. Things happen, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna stress.
Life
You know what I'm
happens. You
saying?
know?
So I'm not
Wait,
really
your
stressing.
uncle is still around?
Yeah, he's still around. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Big up to your uncle.
yes sir,
Big up
yes
to your
sir.
uncle. Yeah, man.
I used to hear stories like, yo, I used to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he used to take up for the neighborhood. Like, he was the neighborhood guy, like,
okay,
you know what I
okay.
mean? Like,
Yes.
things get into trouble, like, everybody come to him, like,
Oh, okay.
you know what I'm
okay,
saying? So
okay, I get
I was
it.
like, oh, alright,
get
cool.
it.
So after my uncle got incarcerated or whatever, like, this was like, I say some amount of years.
What you got
was-
incarcerated for?
This was
What he did? What he did? Do you remember?
they said it was robbery, but at
Robbery.
that time, I noticed too that it was like a big thing where it was catching everybody doing robberies. It was like a
Like a sting.
yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It was just hitting everybody's with robberies at the time. Like say for instance, you might have like a pass of like a robbery or something, and like I don't know, it just happened like to grab everybody with
Oh, so
previous.
or people that had previous charges for
Yeah,
robbery. They
yeah.
started like targeting them basically.
But I don't really think my uncle did that shit for me. I don't really think he did it though for me. It's just they just wanted to grab people up. You feel me? Cause
That happens sometimes in our communities. You know, they do put false stuff on us from time to time, and some of us do the crap
yeah,
and get away with it for a while, but then you know the time when they catches us, that time we might not have done that particular whatever it is that we're being charged with. You know what I mean? But because you have a history of it, the way the system is, you get labeled that.
Get
So
labeled
if in the community you're a thief, anything get lost in the community, you're the first person in the community.
Exactly.
If you're a shooter, somebody gets shot, you're the first person they come into.
So
Because you're known by your history. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important to try to be a good person.
right.
Try to live as righteous as possible. You know what I mean? Because we try to live up to the community and what is going on in the community. But what we got to understand is we can never do that. We got to live up to ourselves. You know who you are inside. You know what makes you tick. You know what brings you joy. You know what I mean? So even if on the outside people is robbing, stealing, killing, if that's not you, don't put yourself into that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because you're not built for that. And we're not supposed to follow. We're not supposed to be a follower.
Exactly.
You're supposed to try to be a leader
and lead by a good example.
and lead by good example. You know what I mean? And there are times when we're younger, we don't know better. So if we see the crowd going that way, we follow the crowd. But as you get older and wiser, you understand that no. Stand your ground.
Ground.
Do your own thing.
And that's what my grandma was about too.
Yes.
She was about that. Like,
Teaching you to be a man, be your own man,
yes.
so
sir.
forth and so on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
So in school, right? Did you get good grades? Or you didn't really like school?
School wasn't my thing. Man.
School wasn't your thing?
It wasn't, but I tried though. Like I'm gonna say it like this: I studied, passed, made good grades. That's it. I'm not gonna say I was an A.
Right. You just
student.
did enough to get by.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
You know,
got
so-
you. So living in New York, for you as a young man living in New York, what are some of the bad things that you see about living in New York?
Well,
Some of the negatives.
negatives. Oh, the negatives. Okay. It's a good thing I did leave too to see other people and see how other people live in other places. When I left here, I said like around 11, 12. It's like right after 9/11.
And went where? Where did you
And went
go?
down south.
Down south.
Yeah, I
Where
went
down south?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
I went there first.
Where in South Carolina?
Charleston.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah,
I hear it's beautiful down there.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah,
Wonderful.
you just need a car. That's all.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
you need a car.
Any place outside of New York, man, you need a car.
You got a car, you good.
You're
Like,
good,
You,
yeah.
you could enjoy Charleston, like.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
So about 11 years old, you went to Charleston.
let's say 11, 12. Yeah, 11, 12. And
And you stayed how long?
I stayed like 7, 8 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7, 8 years.
Okay. And you liked it? Who were you living with down there?
Grandma just bought a house.
Oh, grandma.
Yeah,
Grandma.
she just,
Okay.
Yeah, she retired, bought a house.
Uh-huh.
Know what I'm saying? So
Country life.
yeah, not
Relax,
not
relax.
really country.
Oh, so
but-
Charleston is a city area.
Yeah, it's city and country. Like
It's close proximity. Okay, got you.
Sir.
Gotcha.
But it's beautiful down there. I advise anybody to take a trip down there to see the what's they call it, there's plenty Black history there too. The Battery. If you in Charleston, South Carolina, I advise you to visit the Battery. It's just like a basic strip
Mm-hmm.
on the water.
Mm-hmm.
But this was like I say back in history when we first came in as slaves.
Slaves. Uh-huh.
Know what I'm saying? That was like the first port.
That was one of the first posts that
Yes, sir. On
the Battery in
in
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes, sir. Well, that's where
Oh.
all our ancestors been sold, everything. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, but
okay.
now it looks nice though, cause they got like restaurants, different resorts. They even built a big hotel, a
Okay.
huge hotel out there. It's beautiful.
Okay.
But all you go down there,
It's nice.
it's nice.
Charleston.
Yeah.
On the Battery, on the
Battery.
waterfront.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's something to keep in mind.
And a lot of history. So let me say it again.
Yeah,
A lot of history.
because the South, a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
us, landed in the South and then migrated up north, up to New York and all these places. But a lot of the people, well, not me, because I'm from the islands, but I'm talking the Americans,
Right.
the Black Americans. A lot of them came from the South and then migrated up this way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the Battery in South Carolina. All right. So you enjoyed your visit down there, and
yeah.
what were you doing while you were down there? What things you did
Huh.
while you were down there?
When I first went down there, I was like, I was just, at first,
It was different. It was
I was
strange.
different, yeah, cause a lot of people didn't like me down there. I just
'Cause you're
kept
from
that
New York.
Yeah, I just
New
kept
York.
that New York attitude with me.
Right.
Feel me? So, at first,
Mhm.
I started to get around, like say middle school, high school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I started to get
Familiar
familiar
with
with other people.
Right, right.
You know, and just the way they talk, like I just love it.
different.
Yeah, it's way different. Like
Yeah, it's different.
it's not just the South wise. It's like it just they got that Southern island. It's all mixed
a
up.
hospitality
Yeah,
thing. It's
the way they talk, it's just
a
mixed up.
nice,
Like
pleasant, welcoming.
yes,
loving.
sir, loving,
Yeah,
welcoming.
yeah,
That's what it is. You feel me?
Yeah, that's
so
the South. That's the South. Yeah.
so I grasp onto that. You feel me? And like down there, the the people, good hospitality and all that. Just watch out for. Now I'm saying the
Clan and all that.
yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear that they're down there.
Yeah.
So okay, so have you ever thought about so once you realize that your mom had her issues and she was not able to take care, so grandma stepped in. As a grown man now, have you ever thought about it? What effects that has on you as a man now, whether good or bad? The fact that mom was not around because mom had her own issues. Have you ever thought about what that has done to you as a man, as the man that you sit here now?
Right. To be honest, it made me appreciate my mother a lot more, even though she wasn't around. It made me appreciate her more now since, just the simple fact, you know what I'm saying, what she's been through. You know what I'm saying? That I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, so I can't control any of it.
Nah,
You know what I mean?
that's
So-
her battles that she had to.
Exactly.
Right,
So
right.
it had to be something. You know what I'm saying? That was messed up, and for it to be messed up, it had to be fixed. You know what I'm saying? Being that
Yeah, she was broken.
right.
She was broken.
Exactly.
She was
So
broken.
by her being broken, I'm with grandma. Grandma told me
Okay.
everything. She took care of me, left me no secrets. You feel me? She told me everything. You feel me? So
Okay.
I
You
give
know,
big
you know,
ups
you
to
know,
her.
you know what's wonderful to hear from you right now is the fact that you didn't hold it against mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because lots of times when our parents are not involved like we think they should, when our parents don't take care of us like we think they should, sometimes we hold grudges against them. You have animosity towards them. You understand? But when you understand that everybody have their own battles, and because of what she was going through, she was not able to be the mom that you needed. And sometimes always keep in mind that because mom was not around, be mindful of it, because sometimes we compensate and end up in situations that we should not be in because we don't understand that, okay, whatever I miss from mom was out of my control, and I don't need to go looking for it.
Right.
You just got to know yourself. You got to look within yourself. You got to understand yourself. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to respect yourself. You understand? What mom did is what mom did. It's out of your control.
Exactly.
You don't have nothing to do with that.
And that's another thing. As I got older, I had to fall back and realize, you know what I'm saying, how many times, you know what I mean? Certain situations, I say, okay. Anytime, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I talk to her, I try not to bring that up.
The past.
Right. So we talk about going forward. You feel
Wonderful,
me?
wonderful.
So,
wonderful.
and the things I've been told, you feel me? I'd rather not hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Well, you already know what it was.
I already knew what it was.
Right. So you just gotta accept it, and like you said, life goes on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We cannot. When there's a situation, we have to get still, think about what solutions, what is within our power, and then you fix what is within your power to fix. The other stuff, you have no control over that. You have no control over other people, over other people's situations. You only have control over you. So when you're in a situation, no matter what it is, always remember, in the midst of it, quiet yourself down. Find a quiet area and think about, okay, this is what I'm going through. What is within my power to change whatever is going on? And once you do that, that's the move you make. You don't wait on others to change your situation. You got to change your own situation. You understand?
So,
And remember, it's up to you. Whatever it is in life that is going to happen to you is up to you. Your actions, your behavior, the way you love yourself, the way you respect yourself, the way you love others, the people you keep in your circle, all that is a direct reflection of you. So you got to make sure that you're good. You got to fix you, because we are all broken. But when we know this, we work on ourselves in quiet. You ain't got to let everybody know what's going on. You know what I mean? But you see the certain things about you, and that's another thing. You can lie to everybody else if you want to. Never lie to yourself.
yep.
You know where your shortcomings are. Work on them in the privacy of your own thing. Do your own thing. Don't broadcast it to other people, but work on yourself, because that's all you have in this life. That's it. No amount of money, no women, no nothing is more important than your life. So always value your life. Always try to be the best you for you. Not for nobody else, for you. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Wonderful.
So, gotcha.
So okay, so grandma took you over, mom had her issues, you got past that, you're in a good place mentally where you understand that, okay, I don't hold no grudges against mom.
Right. But it's one thing, going back to the question where you was telling me what things that I enjoy coming up. I say this, I wanted to, as I say, like around 13, 14, because it was a team in my school where they was doing boxing and all that in my school.
Yeah.
I wanted to join the team so bad, but my grandma was like, nah. She put me in karate.
That's good too.
She put me in karate. I didn't like it at first, but I think for some reason, if something I didn't like, I end up appreciating it anyway. You feel me?
That's what it is.
I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
Let me tell you something about life and growth. You see, when you're comfortable, you're not growing.
got you.
Growth is uncomfortable.
Right.
You understand?
Doing something.
Something
to
different
elevate.
to elevate.
Alright.
You understand? If you know anything like the back of your hand, then it becomes boring.
Yep.
You always need a challenge. That's what life is about. Life is about the challenges. When we fall, when we have mishaps, lots of us think it's the worst thing in the world. It's not. It's an opportunity for you to get to know you, an opportunity for you to grow. Because when you fall, you step back and say, damn, what happened? Oh, okay. And you think about it and say, oh, okay, I see what I need to do in order to be okay. And that's what it is. Falling, having mishaps, messing up, it's all a part of life. Everybody does it. Lots of times, adults or friends and family try to make it seem as if when you do something wrong or do something bad, you're the worst person ever and you're good for nothing and all this kind of stuff. Them too have messed up. Everybody has messed up. So understand that it's not bad to mess up. When you messed up, just know that, listen, I gotta correct myself. I gotta come out on the other side of this learning something. Very important.
So,
All right.
Learning to get a better understanding
Of life.
of life, yeah.
Of yourself.
That's another thing I
Of
noticed.
yourself.
That's another thing I noticed too. So,
You gotta get to know yourself.
yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean?
Yes, sir.
Gotta get to know
Yes,
yourself.
sir. Yes, sir.
Do you meditate?
I haven't done it in a minute, but I need to do it. That's what I need to do. Some
Yeah.
meditation.
Meditate or just take quiet moments. Like just
Okay.
sit down in the park, under a tree, somewhere quiet,
Gotcha.
and just think about yourself. You can close your eyes if you want to. Sometimes, you know what I do? I close my eyes. Like I'll just close my eyes. And I'm listening to the horn. I'm listening to whatever out there going on. Listening to talking. And before you know it, you just zone out into your own world. And you start thinking about things you want to achieve, things that happened in the past. Okay, what do I do differently going forward? And that's how you build yourself. That's how you become comfortable with yourself. You got to get to know yourself. You got to get to know the person inside. And this person inside is who's supposed to drive you, not outside entities
No.
inside. You understand? Lots of times we're raised by our families and they tell us how we're supposed to be. And we never really become who we are until we realize, okay, yes, mommy said this, mama said that, uncle, aunt say these things. And you take it all, but then you sit back and say, but what do I say? What do I feel? You understand? It's very important. You cannot live through what other people say.
Right.
You gotta live through you inside. How you feel inside. How you see the world. How you appreciate the world. How you appreciate life. Because life is the most valuable thing we have. Period.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's it. All the millions we chase in the nice car, the beautiful girls, the nice house, the beautiful apartment, the luxurious vacations, all these things that we run down means absolutely nothing. But your life, the wonderful people you have around you, the wonderful experiences, those are the things that are important.
Yes, sir.
Always remember that. You know what I mean? Always strive to have a good life. Always strive to be a good person. Very important.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, you had any childhood friends that you can remember that something that you and this person did that was really fun or anything like that?
I had a couple of. See me, I never had a problem making friends. To
Right.
be honest with you,
Mhm.
I never really did have trouble.
So you're one the friendly,
And you know
friendly
what's,
dudes.
yeah, and you know what's crazy? It's when I speak, I just now noticed that too. My grandma always told me this ever since I was a youngster. Like she always told me like to watch out for who my friends are,
The company you
my
keep.
company I keep.
Yeah.
Because she said she sees in me alone that I am like my spirit. Everybody grasps me. Like that's the type of
Everybody
spirit.
gravitate to you.
Yes, that's the
Alright.
type of spirit I get. You feel
Right,
me? So
right.
she seen that. She was like, watch out for the people you get
The company
the
you
company you
keep.
keep. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm like, what she mean by that? I mean, I don't.
You didn't understand at the time.
Yeah, I don't carry nobody around me that do crazy stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
But even the little things that they do, the energy
sir.
can bring you down.
down, yes sir.
Yes.
That's too.
Yeah, my grandma used to say the same thing too. My grandma used to say, like if you see somebody down in the gutter,
Yeah,
don't go down in the gutter with
with
them.
them, pick them up.
Uplift them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't have to be down there with them,
Right.
but you uplift them.
Gotcha.
You show them something else,
Exactly. Show
other
them,
possibilities. You know what I mean? Because we all, like I said, we all have something to teach each other.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Iron sharpen iron.
Yep.
Having conversations with individuals is a good thing.
Yes, sir.
Conversations are very important. That's why I'm doing this. Because I understand that just having conversations with people, you get to learn about them, they get to learn about you, you get to learn about their lives. You know what I mean? And the people out in the world get to see that, yo, there are good people out there. We all go through our own things. You know what I mean? We have our ups and our downs.
Yes, sir.
But as long as you try within yourself to be as righteous as possible, we're never going to be perfect. You know what I mean? And we have to understand that you can't look for perfection in anybody else either.
Sure can.
Understand that each man that walks this earth has the capacity to do the best and has the capacity to do the worst.
Sir.
So you just hope and pray that the people around you is all on the same page with us. We all trying to do the best. And if there's others that is not doing that, somebody in the circle or others in the circle is not doing that, you just remove yourself.
Right.
You don't have to make no enemies with them. You know what I mean? But yo, me, you cool, such and such and such. When I see you, what's up, man, by my mom? But I just can't be around you because your energy and my energy is not the same.
Exactly.
But I still got love for you. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Always protect you.
That right there, that's why I'm working on right now.
As we exit this episode, I need you to like, share, and subscribe.